Hello, welcome back. My name's Kelsie, and today we have a lower body bar strength workout for you. You only need a couple of things. You need a set of weights. I grabbed a moderate set today. These are 5, something that's a little bit challenging for the lower body, but that you can still play around with for longer sets. And then you also need, and you can make do without, but I'd like you to have 2 yoga blocks on hand, or 2 surfaces that you can elevate yourself with. If you have not already invested in a set of yoga blocks, it's worth doing. I'm gonna put a link in the description. So grab some yoga blocks, and again, you can progress through this whole workout without any yoga blocks. You'll just go with that foot on the floor, back on the floor when we get to that point. Also, make sure you have your water on hand, and if you have not already warmed up, head to my 10-minute bar strength warm up here. Do that warm up, come warm. We're gonna get right into the work here. All right, let's get started. We're gonna place our blocks behind us, and I'm gonna double that up so that I have a little bit more elevation of that back leg. I can get a little deeper into this makeshift Bulgarian split squat position. But you can scale this back by simply taking one of those blocks down to the floor or just doing it entirely on the floor. So that's up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and stack my blocks. I'm gonna step back with my left toe, right foot in front. I'm gonna keep my core braced. My weights are in hand, hanging right down by my side. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Keep the chin lifted. We're gonna take it down 2 counts. Down, 2, lift, 2. Down, and lift. So you're starting by bringing that knee as close as you can get it to the floor. That front knee is tracking right over the toes, keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips. Keep going slow like that. 3 more. Last one like that. Down, 2. Little combo here. Here we go. We take it down, half lift, down, all the way up. Last one like that. Hold it low right here. Pulse, pulse. Keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips, keeping that core pulled in strong. We're not hinging forward yet. For 4, 3, here's 2. You're gonna hold that lunge on 1. We're gonna hinge forward now. Forward, 2, lift, 2. Forward, 2, lift, 2. Letting those weights fall about mid-shin, right in front of the knee. Keeping that back flat as you hinge, extending slightly through that back leg. 2 more like that. Here's 2. Here's 1. We're gonna speed that up, little combo. Down, half lift, down, all the way up. Hinge, half lift, hinge, all the way up. 4 more like that. Here's 4. Here's 3. Starting to feel that glute fire up. Here's 2. Last one like that. Hold it up at the top, take it down 4 counts for that lunge. 2, 3, 4. Try to let that knee touch the floor. Slow it back up, driving through the heel, keeping the chest lifted. Down, 2, 3, 4. Lift, 2, 3, 4. Nice and slow, hang on to that. Woo. Last one like that. All the way up, you're gonna hold it slow, deepest point, pulse to finish, pulse, pulse. You've got this, all that weight in that heel, core stays strong. Last 8 right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, drop those weights. Come down to the floor. I'm gonna grab a sip of water real quick. Okay. So we are still working that right side. You're gonna grab your weight, and you're gonna place that left knee on top of the block there. Again, if you don't have a block, just do this whole movement on the floor, just hands and knees straight there on the floor. Otherwise, you're gonna have that left knee up on that block. You're gonna place that weight behind the right knee. You can modify this at any time by taking that weight out of the equation or taking that elevation out of the equation as well. And I've got my block nearby because if I get fatigued, I'm gonna place the block under my left forearm. So I'm gonna have that right by my left forearm. Otherwise I'm on my hands and my knees, just like this. All right, so we're gonna start by pulling that knee up to a hover, 2, down, 2. Up to a hover, and down. Putting that work here in the lower back, through that sacrum, allowing your core to twist. Pull that knee up. This is great hip mobility here, lower back mobility. Nice core work. Keeping both knees pointed toward the floor the whole time. We're just using that elevation, using that rotation through the hip. Keep that going. 4 more. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. All right, I'm gonna hold that lift on 1. I'm gonna float that knee out to the side. Out, 2, down, 2. Out for 2, down for 2. Again, if you need to, grab that block, place it under the left arm, propping yourself up. If you're on the floor, just come straight down to the floor with that forearm. Speed it up right here. Lift, down, lift, and down. 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold the lift on. 1, flex the foot, slide it back 2 counts. Back, 2, point the toes, slide it forward. Flex the foot, slide it back. Point, slide it forward, just like that. Like you're sliding your knee across a bench right next to you. 3 more. Here's 2. Here's 1. Hold it forward on 1. You're gonna lower cross behind that knee for 2. Externally rotate and lift. Lower cross for 2. External rotation on that lift. So crossing that right knee behind the left and then opening that knee all the way up toward the ceiling. 4 more like that. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Last one here. All the way up. We're gonna lose that weight here. Take it out of the equation. And we're just gonna come right back to the hands and knees. You're gonna float that knee out to the side, extend that leg straight, flex the foot. Lower tap, lift, tap, and lift. 4 more, here's 4, 3, 2, hold the lift on 1. You have 8 lifts to finish. You got the straightest leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Okay. Nice job. Woo, quick reset. Shake it out. A little cat-cow if you need to. Grab a sip of water. I'm gonna take a moment, catch my breath. Again, these blocks make all of these movements more challenging. So if you needed to scale it back, take the blocks out of the equation. Also, make sure that you pause this video as needed to get the necessary breaks you need so you can continue through these sets with your full effort, especially as we switch sides here. So we just did everything on that right side. We're gonna take it now to that left side. Go ahead and make your way back up to standing. I'm gonna pedal up my knees, roll up slowly. Okay, back to those stacked blocks. Weights in hand. This time, that left foot is in front, that right toe goes back on those blocks, nice firm stance. We want to those feet far enough apart that when you sink down, you have a pretty 90-degree angle there at the knee. You don't want that knee going too far over the toe. Take it back 2 counts. Down, 2, lift, 2. Down, 2, lift, 2. Driving through the heel, using the sweet seat in the quad on that left side. Keep it going. Nice job. 2 more like that. Here's 2. Here's 1. We have that little combo on 1. Here we go. Take it down. Half lift, down, all the way up. Down. Half lift, down, all the way up. 4 more like that. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's one. You're gonna hold it low through this one here. Pulse it there. Pulse, pulse. 3, 2. Hold the pulse on one. We're gonna hinge forward. Forward, 2. Lift, 2. Hinge for 2. Nice and slow. Lift for 2. Nice job. 2 more slow like that. Extending through that back leg, keeping that back flat, letting those weights fall right in front of the knee, about mid-shin. All right, little combo here. Here we go. We take it down, half lift, down, all the way up. Down, half lift, down, all the way up. That back leg is mostly straight the whole time as you're doing this. 4 more. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. You're gonna hold it there. You're gonna hinge to finish. Here we go. Pulse, pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Upright on 1. Take it down 4 counts. 2, 3, 4. So now we're parallel. Chest stays lifted. Shoulders stacked. Down, 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, 4. Keep it going. 2 more like that. Nice job. Last one here, then we pulse to finish. Slow it up. Hold it low. You've got 8 pulses here for 8, 7, deeper, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Okay. Woo! All right. Grab one block, place it in front of you so you have it nearby to prop your forearm onto. You're gonna grab the other one. You're gonna place it this time under that right knee. That elevation makes this more challenging. So if that's too much, simply take those blocks entirely out of the equation. Just hands and knees directly on the floor here. And as you fatigue, you can come down to your right forearm, boxing out that left arm to make that a little bit easier. Otherwise, you're gonna go ahead and place that right knee on that block. Place that weight right behind the left knee. Pull the heel into the seat. Hands to the floor, hips are parallel. You're gonna keep both knees pointed to the floor the whole time. You're gonna use your core, brace with that core to rotate that hip up, drawing that knee up to a lift and back down. Down, 2, lift, 2, down, 2, lift, 2. A great movement for your lower back. If you get SI joint pain, this is an awesome movement for that, for strengthening those muscles through that sacrum. This is a total core work here, wrapping that core from the front to the back, using it to stabilize that pelvis. 4 more like that. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Last one like that. Hold that lift. We're gonna lift that knee to the side 2 counts. Out, 2, down, 2. Lateral lift, 2, down, 2. Squeezing that corner seat to lift that knee. 3 more. Last one right here. Lift, 2, down. We speed it up. Here we go. Lift, down, lift, down. For 6, 5. Here's 4, 3, 2. Hold the lift on 1. I'm gonna prop my right forearm onto that block, slide it back, 2, point the toe forward, 2. So flex that foot, slide the knee back, point the toe, slide the knee forward. That hip is opened up this time, like you're sliding your knee again across the bench next to you. 4 more like that. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. Point the toe, hold it back about mid-thigh. We're gonna take it down, lower cross, open for 2. Lower cross for 2, open for 2. So you're crossing that left knee behind the right, And then externally rotating those hips, pointing that knee up to the ceiling. Lots of bonus core work here. Continue to breathe with it. Exhaling on that lift. 4 more like that. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. All the way down. You're gonna drop that weight. Take it out of the equation here. You're gonna extend that foot, flex the foot. We're gonna tap down, squeeze, lift, down, squeeze, lift. I'm gonna come up onto both hands here. And I'm gonna get that leg as straight as I can, as close as I can to my elbow. Hold the lift right here and lift to finish for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Okay, I'm gonna grab that block. I'm gonna place it in front. I'm gonna fold my hands on top of the block, and I'm gonna take my knees out to the side, kiss the toes together, press the chest down toward the floor. Go ahead and rock side to side in that position. Enjoying that relief through the hips. We have 1 more little push here. Tuck the hips and roll up. Grab a sip of water. How are we doing so far? Let me know in the comments. Would love to hear what you think. Okay. Back to it. Last little push here. You're gonna grab 1 or 2 blocks, and you're gonna place your upper back on those blocks. Now this is gonna be a little tricky to get into, so play around with it a little bit. Take your time, pause this video if you need to. Here's the position. You're gonna grab your weights, 1, both, or none. Go ahead and place the weights off to the side while you prop yourself onto the blocks here. You're gonna take that center of your upper back, so right between the shoulder blades, and you're gonna set those right on the blocks just like that, kind of like they're a bench. Imagine it's a bench. If you don't have blocks, but you have a foam roller or even a coffee table and you can cushion it with a pillow, you could use that as well. We just were trying to get a little bit of elevation there with that upper back. Then you're gonna place those weights on the hips, right there below the hip bone, so the weight is centered right there and on top of the glutes. We're gonna squeeze the seat to drive the hips up. You wanna make sure that block is far enough up on the lower back so that you have enough range of motion there with the hips. We're trying to maximize that range of motion through the glutes. So here we go. Squeeze the seat, drive it up 2 counts. Up, 2, down, 2. Lift, 2, down, 2. If your neck gets tired here, you can place 1 hand behind the neck like that. Speed it up right here. Here we go. Squeeze, lift, and down. Squeeze, lift, lower. 4, 3, 2, hold the lift on 1, squeeze, lift it right here. Squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. Nice job, keep it going. Here's 4, here's 3, here's 2. Hold the lift on 1. We're gonna walk the feet out, pop the toes, down, squeeze, lift. Down, squeeze, lift. My neck is getting a little tired, so I place my hand behind my head, elbow is wide, stabilizing those weights with my left hand. 3, 2, 1, hold it at the top. Squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. Here's 4, 3, 2, hold the lift on 1. I'm gonna walk my toes in. I'm gonna come up to my tippy toes right here. So a little bit more narrow of that stance. Down, squeeze, lift. Down, squeeze, lift, just like that. Here's 4, here's 3, here's 2. Hold it at the top on 1, squeeze, lift to finish, squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. Highest lift, strongest squeezes right here, you got this. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Melt it down, great job. Lose those weights. Okay. All right, let's get a little bit of mobility in here. You're gonna grab one of your blocks, set the other one off to the side. And I'm gonna place this block under my tailbone. I'm gonna lie down on my back. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my chest to the floor, my upper back to the floor. And I'm gonna place that other block right below my seat, right below my tailbone there. I'm gonna extend, get my water out of the way here. We have water. I'm gonna extend my left leg straight, bring my right knee into my chest. Go ahead and give it a little tug. That elevation under the tailbone gives a little bit deeper stretch there to the hip flexor. When you're ready, you're gonna go ahead and stretch your leg up, walk your hand up toward that ankle, holding it straighter and closer to the chest. You can roll at the foot there. Nice job. Pull that knee into the chest, and then go ahead and switch sides. Pull that left knee into the chest, right leg falls long on the floor. Enjoy that stretch through the hip flexor. Just give it a nice tug there at the chest. And then when you're ready, walk that leg up straight. Walk the hands up close to the ankle, pulling that leg closer to your chest, letting your right leg pop up off the floor. Or maybe you're flexible enough that you can just keep it long on the floor. I am not. Flexibility is not one of my strengths. Bend that knee. Pull both knees into the chest and slightly out to the side. You can pull those knees one at a time, alternating sides there, and some mobility through the hips. And then you can reach in and grab in the insoles of the feet. You can extend through those legs, little bend, whatever feels good here. Nice job. Carefully release. Go ahead and lose that block for a moment. Now you're gonna take that block and you're gonna place it vertically on the center of your back. You're gonna let your body just open up, arms open up. Just enjoy that stretch there. Whew. You can float the heels together, let the knees fall wide. Nice job. And then go ahead and close the knees, turn to the side. Let's take that block off to the side for a moment. We're gonna sit in a pretzel position. We're gonna have that left leg behind us, right leg in front. Hands at the prayer at the chest. We're just gonna roll into this position right here. Just getting comfortable in that pretzel. Couple rolls one way. Let me go ahead and take it the other direction. Go ahead and stop at the center. Squeeze the seat to drive the hips up 2 counts. Up, 2, down, 2. All the way up, full hip extension at the top, and down. One more like that. All the way up, and all the way down. Try to keep the hands at the prayer at the chest, and then take those knees to the other side, coming into that pretzel on that left side this time. Go ahead and roll into it. Couple rolls one way, then take it the other direction. 3, 2, the last one here. Hold it center, squeeze the seat, lift the hips up. 2, down, 2. Squeeze, lift, full hip extension, and down. Last one here. And down, nice job. Take it back to center. Let those knees fall just side to side, planting those feet at the center. Just like that. Windshield wipers with the knees. Beautiful, and then go ahead and extend those legs straight. Big inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold yourself in half, finding a hook somewhere there on your feet or your ankles. We're gonna let the head fall heavy into the thighs. We're just gonna alternate pressing the heels forward, giving a nice tug through that lower back on each side. Last 2 here, press and press. Hold it center, slowly walk yourself up. Big inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to a prayer at the chest. And give yourselves a round of applause. Great job today. Thank you so much for joining me. I love doing this. I love having you all here, and I hope you feel good tomorrow. If you've not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've got the button right here. Subscribe, tell your friends and family. I drop new bar strength workouts every Thursday. Would love to see you back for more. Thanks for coming. See you next time.